Just thought I'd come down to the garage in the hotel, where it's probably the best spot to film, where it's nice and peaceful and it's empty, there's no one around. It'll come in for doing a quick little brief on what I did to the BMW and how I set that. Currently, there she is with the ignition on. I don't know why I did that. I'll probably just turn the ignition off, give you a quick look. Explain some of the things I did to it, how I went about getting it done. As I mentioned, a friend of mine, he helped the process and handled the registration and insurance for me, because I'm not a resident in Germany or in Europe, so it did help the cause. Could go through that process and do it, but there's no need. He's a really good friend and helped out. Some of the things I did to it to prepare it was pretty much, it wasn't a lot, it was pretty much just putting a couple of these water bottle holders. That's the bike ignition going off. A couple of little bags each side, plus the ones down here on the side of the bike, which help carry first aid kits, a couple of other things. The GoPro mount, another GoPro mount that's fully flexible on there. One thing I did put on, which I really liked, was the Aussie flag. That sort of confused a lot of people, because one thing they see on the front rear is an Aussie flag and a German number plate, and think, where does that go? How does that go together? But the German number plate is where the bike was registered and where it was bought from, which a friend of mine did, as I mentioned before. The Aussie flag throws everyone out because they're expecting a German on the bike. But yeah, that really throws them. And here in Greece, speaking Greek to them, that really throws them even further. But the only other thing I did was the quad lock for the phone, which I only use on occasions. More so, I keep it up in the cradle. The only downfall with the cradle, it doesn't like the 15 Pro Max, so it drops in and out of charge. So I've put a cable here to keep the phone charged all the time, which runs out of a couple of USB ports down the bottom there. Fully flexible GoPro mount here, which I can swing around all over the place. It sort of helps out. The other thing I put on, which was amazing, and I can't believe how good they are, is these netted seat covers that allow airflow while you're riding. You get no sweaty rear end, and amazing how comfortable they are, how good they are. I was running an air cushion last time. This time I haven't needed it. This actually does a really good job. The bags are ordered with the bike originally. I haven't had to worry about that. Crush bars, all that came with the bike, no issue. What I did put on was the extended part of the bags, this part here. Normally the lid itself is down here, but that's the only thing we did, which come in really handy. They're not really needed. I reckon I could carry a little bit less and it wouldn't bother me, but they do come in handy. My wife likes them. She feels like it's a bit of added security having this part next to her rather than having nothing. But last year we had that much luggage between myself and my wife. We had bags like another 4 to 5 inches taller on each one of them. So we were carrying a hell of a lot of luggage that we didn't need. But surprisingly, it's about the only bike I reckon that could handle so much luggage. Never seen a bike with as much luggage as what I've put on this thing before. So yeah, that's the explanation on how the bike came about. My friend helping me with the rego and insurance, and from there on it's fuel and lots of Ks. Last year I did 13,500 Ks. This year, let's see what we end up with. But so far, yeah, it's been great. Tomorrow I'll take off and head towards Crete, jump on a ferry and go across. And then from there we'll continue riding the island and see what we find over there, and I'll document a bit more along the way. So till the next ride, see you then.